is a story about two best friends, Frog and Toad, and their adventures throughout a year. And the story starts out in spring, and it takes us through their activities through Christmas time and through the winter when they decide to go back to hibernating. The stories are based on the books by Arnold Lobel, and it actually features a lot of the stories that are in the books. The main theme of the stories is friendship and how that friendship can endure even when, you know, your best friend is not exactly like you.
There is a frog, there is a toad, and he lives just down the road. There could be no better friend for me.
It's about the differences between people and how you can still remain best friends even though you're very different.
Toad looks funny!
Toad is played by Andrew Parmalee, who is one of my favorite actors of all time. As a friend, as a performer, I just love everything he does on stage. He always commits to every single action. He always gives you something new. He's very creative.
Toad looks funny in a bathing suit.
Frog is played by Eric Fancher. And Frog is a little bit of a stretch for Eric. Eric is actually a little bit more like Toad. He's slightly neurotic, but in this show he's just so charming and so loving of his best friend, and that's what he brings out in this show. Frog is just very gentle, and he's the perfect friend for Toad because he understands him and they can just, go on adventures together, and he tries to push the limits just once in a while. The set is designed by Megan Moeller, who is our resident technical director, and she is phenomenal. She created the set in mind that we were looking for something that reminded us of the books, but wasn't exactly like the books. And it's kind of a watercolor fantasy up here. Tickets can be purchased through the Cassidy Thatre box office. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And those can be purchased either by calling the box office, or they can be purchased starting an hour before the shows. The shows run Fridays, Saturdays at 8 o'clock, and then Sundays at 3 o'clock. And the show runs now through May 3rd. The show is just delightful. It's one of those shows that you can just forget about the world and just have a lovely time. And it's whimsical, and it brings out the youth in you. And that's what I love. I love just being a kid once in a while, and that's what we get to explore in this show. We get to explore the side of us that we forget. We get to, run around and play with kites and pretend to plant seeds and eat tons and tons of cookies. And that's what makes it a great time. I hope you get a chance to come and see the show. Thanks so much!